everyone, it's Laura from Laura's Handcrafted Treats and Treasures. Welcome to or back to my channel. Okay, so I'm going to start working on my Journaling Joy, my May. This is again from Create with Scrimping Mommy. You can find her on Ko-fi, Facebook, and YouTube. So and I always put her links if I'm working on her projects. I always put them in my description box. All right, I have picked out the papers that I want, and I thought I would take you through the process. So this video is going to be done over a course of time because I have little snippets of time right now during the day. Not a whole lot to sit in my craft room right now, but I have gone through and sort of picked out my papers and my backs and what I want. So I'm going to just kind of take you through my process, and then I'm actually going to start creating. So if you want to run over to Amanda's and follow along with me, go grab this kit, $3 monthly subscription, but there's tons of stuff in there, tons of stuff, tons of kits. So run over there and get that. But in this kit, I decided that this is going to be my cover. I am going to print it out again in a cardstock because I want a heavier cover. So if you follow any of my Journaling Joy, this was April's, or April monthly. This is May monthly. I always like to have a cover, thicker cover, and then these will get bound into this. So if you've watched any of my videos, you've seen this already, but I'm doing January, February, March. I'm doing quarterlies, and each of the journals that I complete are going to be bound together, and then when I get done, I will have a set of 4. These I am not selling. This is for me, but if I decide to, I may make some. I may make more of a series, but I love this one. It's so pretty. All right, let's move on. And then December I won't be doing until, obviously I do October, November. This was the first one she came out with. And looking at my other ones, this one is a little thin. I might have to go back and embellish, but you know, as you go, you start to improve and it gets better and better. So this is going to be my cover, and then this is sort of my process of picking out what I want to go where. So basically what I do is I go through and I look at each design and decide. So this one, I'm going to start out on my first page, and then I went to that one, and then I went to this one. And I do this first before I do any of my backings. This one I threw in there afterwards because I have a thought for this one. And then I picked out that one, and that one. Okay, so if you're looking, you can see I've sort of kept a color combination here, just to make it aesthetically pleasing and not all the same color bunched together. So my inside paper was blue, then this was a pink, this was like the gray beigey color. I put that one in the middle, it's blue, it's got the pink, and then it's got, let me get it over here, the blue and the green. So that's sort of how my mind works, is in an organized fashion. I'm an organized person, and it all it all flows over into everything that I do organized. Okay, then what I do, I always make sure I pick out my middle page first, because my middle page is where I'm going to put my May monthly. That always goes in the middle of my book. Then I start to pick out papers or backgrounds from the inside, so we're getting sort of the same effect, but yet when this paper is turned to this paper, it's not pink and pink, it's pink and blue. It's got the greens and the beige, it's got the blues, and then another beige with the border. This one has the pinks and the greens, and then the violet, blue, lavender and the pink. So the pages all flow together no matter how you're looking at them. Okay, so that's just my process. It doesn't always work out that way, but I was pretty meticulous with this one to make sure it did. So that's my signature. Okay, and I think it's probably a bigger one than I've ever done. I think there's 7 pages, but that's okay. I love the kit. All right, then I went ahead and printed. This was part of the kit, and they're like books with watercolor that blends into everything else. And I thought, okay, I think I'm gonna chop this up. I'm gonna make some pockets. I'm gonna make some side tucks, maybe a belly band, but I can turn it every which way. So I'm gonna see what I can get out of this. How many pockets, tucks, belly bands, that kind of thing. Then this one, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going to, because you can do this any which way, it doesn't matter. So I think a cute, like maybe this could be a belly band, would be super cute. Then I could do a pocket. I could do a little triangle tuck over here. Yeah, haven't figured that quite out, but it's going to be a challenge, and that's fun. I like challenges. Then I went ahead and printed upside down, apparently. I printed part of the ephemera, so these are going to be tags. I'm going to go ahead and print on the back. I'll print just a solid color, because when I cut these out, they're just going to be used for journaling. So I'm working on that. And then, of course, I printed, this came with the kit as well. And I'm going to print some of these out for embellishments, maybe side tucks like Amanda had suggested. This one I sort of pictured at the bottom of a page, but only glued here, and maybe glue a couple across and fussy cut that out. And then, yeah, it would be just a little tuck spot. Yeah, I'm thinking about that one. All right, so then I went searching in all of her kits and decided to see what can I draw from there. Well, this one came from Label Essentials, and you can buy this kit without joining the club, but I say join the club. But you can buy this kit. It's way more than what you see here. This was just what I pulled because it matched all the colors. Then I went into her Book Lovers. I think it was Book Lovers. Yes, Book Lovers. And you can buy this kit as well without joining the subscription club. But it had some more elements of the books, and I thought, well, I can incorporate that into this as well. And then, of course, here are this came with the actual kit. I think it's called Book Lover, and some embellishments. I love the big journal. I do put little sayings and little prompts, and some other prompts I have is like a memory. Let's see, I have so many of them, but I find that when you're getting a journal, because I sell my journals, some people are like, what do you do with them? And they're just, they want to journal, but they just don't know, where do I start? What do I, so I love to give prompts, and these are just things I've made off my computer, and it's called Favorite Things. Let's see, I have several. A Time to Remember, A Day to Remember, what's this one? Big Adventure. I have all kinds of these. Something to Smile About, Lovely Little Moments, The Little Things. And I printed these out, Something to Smile About. Let's see, Weekend Adventures. So I love to put little prompts on the pockets, or just to give them an idea of, hey, write about this. Write about a lovely little moment that you had. So anyway, when I printed these, I made these all up on my computer in my Word document. And when I printed them, I just printed them on regular cardstock, cream and white. But now that we have so many different like background papers and stuff, in fact, I don't know if I have, let me see if I have one in here. just a solid background. Even this, so this particular. So now I can just go ahead and print this out, then run it back through and print out my words, and then I have a little bit, you know, of that coffee dyed background instead of that stark cream, stark white color. But anyway, that's just a little tidbit of some stuff I do. And anyway, so I've probably messed my kid up now. No, I haven't. Anyway, here is the start, the first part of my journey on making this beautiful journal. Okay, run over there and grab it, and then we'll get started. Okay, I have my papers ready to go. I have them all folded in the order that I want them. And now I want to trim off these white edges. Some people are intimidated by doing this, but I've just practiced, and slow and steady is how I do it. And I like trimmed edges. Instead of cutting them all, you know, with scissors, and then, you know, as you stack them, there's going to be some that come out. I want a straight line. Just my preference. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure my stack, as you see, I did this and kind of really wedged it in there. I make sure my stack is nice and tight in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my ruler and then an X-Acto knife, or I use a finger blade. I've learned the trick to this is a sharp blade. Like if your blade gets dull, it is harder to move through the papers and you get jiggy-jaggedy edges, which sometimes I do. I just clean them up. So I just start at the top and above the papers, and oh, moved my ruler. That ain't good. That isn't good. Don't move your ruler, but I'm going to continue. And I'm just going to continue to slide through there and hope I didn't mess it up too bad. And whatever it is, I'm just going to go for it because this journal is not for sale. It is for me. Okay, yep, I got a straight edge, so that's fine. So as you see, as you cut further down, you're cutting more into the layers of the paper below it, but that's okay. That doesn't bother me. It doesn't take off a whole lot of the picture that it makes a difference. Now I'm going to lay it this way, and I lay it this way instead of the other way so that when I'm starting to make that cut, it sort of pushes the paper into the edge and not out that way where it kind of starts to send that paper the way I don't want it to go. So I'm going to go ahead and then, again, don't let go of the ruler like I did the first time. I saved it though. And just keep going through until you have all those papers. Yeah, and I'm getting some pretty clean edges, and I'm going to flip this. So what I meant was I would never do the paper this way because your inside papers may slide and shift. So I just think it gives it more stability when you do it towards the spine. And go ahead and do that one. And like I said, you can tell when your blade is starting to get dull because you do start getting some shards, or whatever you want to call it, on your cuts. Okay, and there we go. Now my edges are ready to be inked. So I am inking with, it is called Smoky Slate. I thought this would be really pretty. Because this sort of has like a smoky color in it. So I'm going to be inking with that. Also, and you can still get that at Stampin' Up. So find a local Stampin' Up demonstrator and get an order in for that if you like it. It is one of my favorites. I use it on a lot of stuff. So what I've decided, here's my signature. And then I found this paper. And I was like, well, that kind of matches. I kind of like that because what I wanted to do, I had already printed this and I didn't want to go back and print another one. I could have, but I thought, well, why don't I just make a cover? I'm going to glue this to this side, and then the other half of that will be glued to the back, and then that will become my cover, and everything will be inked up. And I liked the fact that this was sort of like, okay, this is the bookcase, and we're going into the book lover. You know, we're going to go into that case and grab a book, and then of course you start out with her. Isn't that cute? All right. Then another thing I did when I saw this page, this was just calling to me to make it some sort of a trifold. So I decided I'm going to put that one right, where did I decide? Is it 3 in? I think 3 in. And I'm going to put that here. And then that way, when you get to this page, you'll be able to flip it out and you'll be able to do some journaling. I don't know exactly what I'll do with that. Some embellishment, maybe a pocket on front, maybe some lace. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But that's going to go there. And I've already started to cut out my cards and embellishments. So I'm going to get those inked up and then we'll be back. Okay, all of my pages are inked inside and out. I have everything inked for my cover. I have a lot of my pieces are cut out with some extras that I talked about at the beginning. I'm going to set those aside. They're not all inked yet, but they're all cut out. So I'm going to set those aside. And I'm going to go ahead and put my cover on, or my graphics on the cover I'm going to use. Okay, I have that done. Inside, or front side and back side. And I'm gonna fix that later. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and line up my holes for my signature, to punch my signature for my cover. And I have this little guide. It works with everything I do. It's just always right center for me. So first I'm gonna sort of get this in the middle of here. And then some people do this without tacking it down, but I find that tacking it down is better for me. Or clipping it, I guess I should say. Clipping it down. So I have it in the middle. So I'm just going to take each side and put a clip in it. Now this is done, I've done this before. This is pretty common, so I won't bore you with how to do it. It's just a 3-hole signature is all I'm doing to sew my signature in. So I'll get that done. Okay, the cover is done. The signature is sewn in. Now this is going to go in the quarterly, so this is going to be undone and re-sewn into the big quarterly journal that I'm making. So this will be January, February, March, April, May, June will go into 1 quarter. But when I started to sew them in, or I had them sewn in, I realized I was very top heavy this way with the graphics. So what I did was I turned some of the paper opposite, which I'm going to do just a little bit and let you see what I did. But I've already started to sort of get some pockets together, and I thought it'd be cool to put, you know, book page pockets in here because I had worked on a bunch of them not too long ago. So what I'm talking about is, say for instance this page, it was the opposite way. No, it wasn't this one, maybe it was another one, but anyway, I'll show you the graphics stayed here, but then I had no graphics. Once I got to this side of the page, I had no graphics. So I turned this one the opposite way so I would have a graphic there. And then the graphic here. I think that, and then I had I did this one here. So I sort of balanced it out. I also found, as I'm going through my stuff, this was some extras made from last month's Journaling Joy. And I thought, oh, that looked really cool there. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to start putting my pockets, my tags, and then I will come back with the final flip through of my May Journaling Joy. Here it is. It's done, and I absolutely love it. All right, let's go through this now. Now remember, I would normally do a spine if this was going to be a standalone book, which I'd love to do more of these, and it may become a standalone book, but this will come apart again to put in a quarterly bigger journal. So let's just get started here. All right, I put my May monthly on the top here, and then I put on the bottom, I had made that little, it glued, and it got, some of the paper had come up. You really couldn't notice it unless I pointed it out, but I still thought I wanted to do this, do the word by word. So some of these, you're going to see these throughout the book, and I wanted to mention this really quick. I actually just found this when I was looking for something else. So when I go to craft shows, for a long time I had made bookmarks, and I use these for several different things. When I'm decorating like hot cocoa packs, or you know, my little things, my little journals, just a book or just a note and stuff like that. So I was like, when I was making the book, I'm like, man, I need something that says like page by page, word by word. And I just, in my head, I'm like, I should have something like that. Well, lo and behold, I was looking for something else, and I came across this, and I'm like, yes, this is where it's at. So I just took these little containers. I had a girl that I worked with years ago, and well, I don't know how many years, 5 years ago, and she was just an Altoid fiend, and so every time she had cans, I'm like, give me your cans, give me your cans. So I just went through, these are all things that I've done on my computer, and then I can cut them apart and put them in my journals, or I can put them on my little notebook, or I'm sorry, oh goodness, my bookmarks, anything I do. So as you see throughout the book, you're going to see little parts of these, and I actually come up with a few more. So if I print them again, I'm going to add them. Like I had word by word, but I wanted to do page by page. I don't have that one, so I'm going to add that to the collection. But anyway, that's just sort of my stash. Was happy to find it. And here we go. So the first page, I decided to cut this image out. She's underneath too, but I just cut it out for a pocket and journaling. So this is just a journal tag. And then over here, I used the other part of the paper to make this pocket where I could put this underneath. And then I used a lot of what I had already sewn in another video I had done. I just wanted to play with book pages, and that's what I did. So I went ahead and used my extras for little pockets. And then this was just an extra, so I could fill those up. And then here we have another sewn little pocket book page. And I thought how appropriate for the book, you know, where it's all about reading. So I used a bunch of my pages to get that effect. And then I embellished here with some of the books that came from another collection. I think I mentioned it earlier. It's been a couple days later, so I don't remember what I mentioned, but I think I did. This is another one I love to do. I'm going to sit and make more of these. Maybe I'll do a video on just playing with paper. It's so much fun. But when I went to fill this, I had everything I needed. It was so cool. And then this one, I did the tag. And this I made out of a book page. And I saw this on a different channel, but I thought it was so cool. I'm like, it looks like a little envelope, but yet if you left that side open, then you have a place for a tag. I thought that was so cool. Or you could leave both sides open. It could go straight through, but I did have it open and then I ended up closing it. And then again, more of Amanda's graphics. Now this one, I had played around making a bunch of these little hidden paper clips, and I thought they were so cute. So this, I had talked about wanting to make that trifold, which I absolutely loved, but I wanted to put some sort of a little decoration on it, because you can journal on here, on here, on here. Well, I can, because it's my journal. I don't know, I might have to, someone might want this one. I'm not writing in it. Somebody might be like, I know I need that journal. Because I know I can recreate it, and who knows, the next time it might even be better. I left a lot of the graphics, the gals reading, because I just didn't want to mess with them. I just thought they were aesthetically pleasing to look at, and why ruin that, right? So here again, I've used a journal card. I've used my side book page little tuck spot there. And now this one, I used, of course, more of the paper for a pocket, but then I just wanted this for a little tuck spot. So that worked out really well. And I was just going to put that right there. And then, of course, all kinds of writing paper. I'm so glad it's getting to be nice out, and I need coffee dyed papers really bad. I've been using a lot of them. And then I just took part of the collection and made a big tag out of this one, put the graphic with adventure on it, and then, of course, in my little pocket I made, this one, and this is where these words came in, once upon a time. You know, I just thought that was perfect for that page. She's reading once upon a time, you know, who doesn't love that phrase? Then there's the middle with my May monthly, where I can mark things going on for the month of May. I left this page as a journaling page. This page, I made my pocket that matched the page. I do this quite often if you follow me. Enjoy the simple things, with just a couple of extra journaling cards. Normally I wouldn't leave all these white, but they were fine because there's a lot of white in this, so I like them always to be like colored or backed with cream color or something. And then of course I've used every sentiment that Amanda provided us. I have used. I didn't use them twice. I took the other set out, and those will go in a different journal. But then I used this came from April. March. Yes, March. I think this came from the March collection. And I had used up all my scraps making pockets and tags and stuff. So that worked perfectly. And then I went ahead and did the technique that Amanda was talking about. I use this all the time. That's how I did my little miniatures. In fact, let me get them. I'll show you. So she talked about these settings, and if you go to her page, she'll explain it. And I think I posted it in my Facebook page, so you could go there too. But this is how I made all the little miniatures. And when you go in there, you can select however many. I think for the wallet, I think these were wallet. You know, if you scroll down, and you'll know what I'm talking about if you go there, I believe these were wallet. And what I did was I picked 30 different images, I think it was. And so they all came out in these little wallet size. And I use these a lot in my little, well, the book pages and stuff to decorate them. So, I went ahead and did these in the 4x6. I think that's what it was. No, 5x7. So if you pick two different images, and you're going to see the other one, and you click that you want just one page, but you click 2 images and you click 5 by 7, you're going to get 2 of these, and they're different. You don't have to do the same one. And then, of course, more of my little packets here. And then I put just the little embellishments in the corner just to dress up the pages. Then I used, again, Amanda's graphics. And these came from, I think, Book Lovers. Or I can't remember, but this is a kit that she has as well. And I have that one, so I used it. I mentioned it in the beginning, I think. And then, of course, I just found a few little tags and stuff to put in here. Imagine, dream, journey. It's all things that relate to books. Places to visit. I love that one because you can visit different places in a book, right? Again, I took this one and I matched the pocket. So when you pull that out, you have the whole effect. And then here's the other book that I was talking about, or the little journal booklet. Now you could go ahead and even, if I would have done these on cardstock, I could have even turned these into mini books, which I love to do. I do that all the time with other things. And then you can sew a little tiny signature in there and have another writing spot. I did a side pocket with one of the leftover papers, added the books. This is just something I have in my stash I've had for a long time. Great for journaling. Another book page double pocket. And last but not least, I went ahead and matched that up, did the same thing, live life to the fullest. And then I decided to go back into, let's see, this was last month, I think. Yeah, I think it was last month. Amanda had given us these place photo here. And I thought, oh, I want to do that. And then I put the little card around it just for a little embellishment. Now this is just under the 4 by 6, which I think is awesome because when you lay your picture down to glue your picture on, of course, your 4 by 6 is going to come out over the edge and you're not going to see the white. So great job, Amanda. That was perfect. Well, I decided to make this one a pocket, and then I just took some leftover of the card. Now you can do this too. You could either make it a picture on both sides, which I might do, or you can just use this for journaling. Put your picture there and maybe journal your whole journey through the month of May. So I absolutely love this kit. If you don't have it, you should just get it. I'm just saying. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. And I hope you've enjoyed this. So have a great day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And I've got new stuff coming up pretty soon. See you in the next one. Bye.